What's up, internet? My name is Kyle. I'm back with another episode about cameras, tech, and all that good stuff. Today is volume 4 of tips and tricks, so let's get into it. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you everybody for checking out my first video of 2019. I've been sick for a little bit. I just got a stomach virus, threw up everything out of my stomach. I'm sure you wanted to know that. But anyway, I am hopefully back on track for the beginning of the year. Figured, why not? Let's do a tips and tricks. Kind of running out of tips and tricks to do. I've done technically 4 other videos, 5 things to know when you start, and then tips and tricks volumes 1, 2, and 3. So this is the 4th one, technically 5th. I will link those down below, but let's get started. Okay, so the first one, I was actually looking around the internet and I saw how to turn this off, and it was just something that I stumbled upon when I first got the camera. Totally forgot to tell you guys about, and that is auto object framing. So what this is if this is on, when you take pictures of people, I believe it's in landscape mode only, not sure if it's in portrait. It's probably both, I'll have to look. But what it does is it crops the photo, so then when you're looking in the playback and you're looking at your photos, you're gonna see 2. You're gonna see one of the image that you took, and then you're gonna see one kind of zoomed in or auto cropped. I don't know why this is a setting, but apparently my girlfriend doesn't mind it. She takes selfies for her makeup and stuff, and she likes that it zooms in so she could see it closer. To turn that off, menu, and then you hit tab 1, the camera logo, then you go to page 6, and then it's auto object framing is the setting, and you can turn that off or you can turn it on. Okay, so tip number 2 is the difference and also what they are between autofocus drive speed and autofocus tracking for video mode. So to find where this is, you hit the menu button, and then it's the first tab with the camera logo, and then it's page 3. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see AF, which is autofocus drive speed, and then AF, autofocus track duration. Now the easiest way to explain this is to show you. So drive speed is the quickness of the focus, so it's the snap of the focus. A lot of people like to leave this on slow. I believe your camera probably defaults to normal, which I actually leave my camera on normal for both of these settings. But slow will give you that smooth kind of drag focus into the next object that you're pointed to. Now normal will obviously increase the speed of the focus a little bit more, and then fast will just almost seamlessly kind of focus from one thing to the next. So sometimes for obviously cinematic purposes, you would want slow on. Maybe you're doing a conversation scene and you're focusing on one person and you want it to slowly focus to the next person, or maybe you want it to fast, do it fast. So you would obviously up that speed. Now the next thing, track duration, is pretty interesting. So the easiest example is to show my hand going in front of the camera. So right now I have AF tracking on normal. So if I bring my hand past the camera like I'm doing right now, it's not going to catch it unless I kind of stop my hand for a second and then go by my face. So as you see, when I stop my hand, it kind of catches it. Now if I turn it on fast, it's going to catch my hand even when I'm bringing it past my face, and it's gonna focus on my hand. Focus on my face, focus on the hand, focus on my face, focus on the hand. It's going to do it quickly. Okay, so I just changed it back to normal, not high. I don't have face detection on, so I just have center focus, I believe. Let me double check. No, I actually have wide area focus on. So this is what it does when it's on normal, wide area focus, no face detection on. So it should be sticking with my face and not going for the hand, because the hand is not there long enough and the AF track duration is not quick enough to get my hand in focus. It's gonna keep my ugly mug in focus. Okay, so the next tip is a rather simple one, which is bulb mode and where to find it and how to enable it. So it is in manual mode only. So you're gonna have to turn the mode dial to M for manual, and then you're gonna have to turn the shutter speed all the way down to the lowest setting, which, as you may have guessed, is bulb mode. What this is gonna allow you to do is it's gonna allow you to hold the shutter open pretty much as long as you're holding it open, and then when you let go, that's when the shutter will commence and then you'll get your photo. Bulb mode is used for the long exposure shots that you see of highways with the headlights and traffic lights, the red and white. So if you want to achieve that type of shot, you need to use bulb mode. Some cameras have it on the mode dial or they have it in the settings somewhere, but in the a6000, it's just kind of tucked in the manual mode at the lowest shutter speed available. So the next trip is actually pretty interesting. I just found out about this recently. You can set your absolute minimum ISO and your absolute maximum ISO for other modes besides manual, obviously. In manual mode, you have control over every setting. You can set the ISO to what you want, but in say like aperture priority, where you can use auto ISO, which the camera decides what ISO it wants to set during the scene that you're shooting. You can set, hey, camera, I want it to be able to go as far down as 100, and I want it to go as far up as say 1600 or 3200. So nothing over 3200. I don't want to get noisy photos or anything like that, and the camera will stop there. And I'll show you how to set that right now. So actually, while I was just checking this, you can't do it in superior auto or intelligent auto or scene mode. So it has to be either shutter priority or aperture priority or program auto mode that you can set this. So on your camera, go to one of those three different modes. I'm gonna go to aperture priority. I actually shoot in aperture priority a lot. So I'm gonna hit right on the back dial, which you can actually see it says ISO right there. I'm going to go on auto, and then I'm going to hit right again. And then it brings you to these two tabs that say ISO auto minimum and ISO auto maximum. So here's where you're gonna set the minimum and maximum. I'm gonna set my minimum to 100. That is for the cleanest image possible. And then I'm gonna set my maximum to about 3200. That's good enough for me. So like I said, what that's gonna do is it's gonna tell your camera, even in these modes that choose an ISO for you, it's gonna say, hey, I want the lowest to be 100 and I want the absolute highest to be 3200. Pick it in a range between there, I'm good with that. That's just gonna prevent you from having images that come out with an ISO way over 3200 or way over 6400 and being totally unacceptable and not usable, but it's also going to allow your camera to go as low as 100 and, you know, those perfect conditions to get the crispest shot you can get. Okay, now the last tip is actually a pretty cool tip. I don't use it that often, but it's pretty cool and I like using it. I should probably use it more often, but that's viewing your photos on your TV in a super easy way. Now my TV is a Samsung Q6F. It has Wi-Fi, it's a smart TV. I would believe that you would need Wi-Fi or at least Bluetooth. I'm just gonna stick with Wi-Fi. You probably need Wi-Fi. Now I have not used this feature on my girlfriend's camera. I'm gonna try it right now. It's probably gonna ask me to set up something, so let's see how this goes. But basically, you broadcast your images to your TV. You can cycle through the images on the back of your camera just like you normally would, and you can show everybody. And then I believe you can also hit the center button to kind of enable a slideshow, which actually goes pretty quickly. It's not too slow. So what we're gonna do is, now that we got the TV on, we're gonna hit the menu button on the a6000, and then you go to the third tab up, which is that little Wi-Fi symbol there, kind of, and then you scroll down on page 1 to view on TV. Click on view on TV and it does some Wi-Fi stuff. It is now searching for the TV and there it is right there, Samsung. So I'm gonna hit OK. And then it is going on to our Wi-Fi, which I've done before. And then my TV is now asking me to allow it. So I'm gonna hit OK on allow, and boom, that is the last photo I took. And if I scroll back on my camera, These are photos that I took of our cats sleeping with my girlfriend's plant lights, and then these are my girlfriend's selfies she was taking. There's the auto object framing, by the way, with her makeup. So yeah, that is how to view it on your TV in a giant big format. Anyway guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Just a little side note, I think I'm done with the tips and tricks for now. I think I've kind of gone through the menus ad nauseum for you guys, and I think I've covered everything that I want to cover in the menu. So everything out from here is going to be more practical, showing you photos, different techniques and stuff like that. I think we're done with the menus and stuff for right now. But anyway, thank you guys so much for the support. Thanks for checking out my videos at all, and thanks for hanging out with me and talking to me in the comments. Always love the questions you guys have for me. With all of that said, I will see you guys in the next episode. Later. What's up, internet? My name is Kyle, back with another episode about cameras, back with another episode about cameras, tech, Jesus. My name is Kyle, back with another episode about camera tips, back with another episode about cameras, back with another episode about camera. Why do I keep thinking of saying tips and tricks? It's because the video is called Tips and Tricks. Jesus Christ. Back with another episode about camera tech. Why? Oh my God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Hold on, let me make sure the sound is recording.